Magnus, it's nice to meet you again.
Yeah, too.
And this is an amazing opportunity to be on the new Hallberg-Rassy 370.
Yes.
I came to check it out because I'm looking myself and for a boat in the future, absolutely, and I think many do it. And Hallberg-Rassy is a good choice, even in a used market. And also the new option is much better, but for that you have to have resources. And for those that have resources, this is kind of really good way to go, because it has proven during years. And in the second, like aftermarket, it's the same situation. People like the Hallberg-Rassy boats, and that's why I'm here and talking to you.
Yeah.
And what's new about 370 model?
Well, everything is new. It's a completely new model. Not one single piece is reused from any previous model. So it's an all-new design, and it's an all-new hull design, and it gives so much more when it comes to interior space, when it comes to sailing performance, when it comes to handling, when it comes to storage. And one of the reasons is that we are so used to thinking in hull length. When we think 37 feet, we think of a certain volume you can expect. But in a modern design, the hull length and the length in the waterline is almost the same, which create more space and create better possibilities for sailing performance. But it's not only that, it's also that everything has moved further aft in this design compared to previous designs. And that goes from the mast is further aft, which is good for sailing performance. And it also is valid for the whole interior. Look at the forward cabin. It moved further aft, and automatically everything gets wider and more spacious. And not only that, it creates a big room for a light wind sail locker between the forward cabin and the chain locker.
There's even some?
Yes. Okay. That has never been possible before on a 37-foot boat, but here it is. And suddenly it's very easy to handle a light wind sail. And that's also good for comfort. And we have a saloon that has moved a bit further aft, so it automatically gets wider. And we have made some more design tricks, because the hull shape allows everything to be moved further aft. We can do all this. And we have also turned the main engine 180 degrees aft. So the propeller is in front of the engine and not aft of the engine.
It's not like rear gear is when you drive forward and other way around.
And when you use the boat, you don't notice any difference.
Yeah.
But for the interior space, it makes wonders. Instead of having an engine there, you have it there. So I mean, you gain so much space in the boat, really. And that's one of the reasons why there is so much elbow space and room in this boat.
If we talk about the space and the size, absolutely, you cannot cheat the physics about the lengths. And if you compare to the boats in different size, so if this is 337 per foot, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
And if you compare the waterline, then it matches maybe some 43-foot boat or something.
Depending on which generation you have been looking at, because for each generation you get a longer and longer waterline compared to the hull length. And it was not many years ago it was a 43-footer or even a 45-footer with this water length line. But what you didn't have is this width and this width in the aft section, and that also creates more volume for the interior. So it is a big volume interior for a 37-footer, that's for sure. And it's not only for the interior, it's for the sailing performance as well, and for the handling. Because if you have a wider hull, you have a higher form stability.
Yeah.
And that means you get a stiffer boat to sail in fresher winds with a lighter keel. and lighter overall displacement.
Yeah.
Because you have more form stability in the hull. So that's also a development forward for both interior space and for sailing performance and for handling.
And this is something that I have to say for viewers. That is absolutely true. The boat feels much bigger. It doesn't feel like
Yes.
37 foot.
Yes.
It's you know, I could even compare to almost 45 feet boats.
Yes.
But of course, there were different times, and the development followed. And if we look at the other new things that for those who maybe are not following Hallberg-Rassy every day, and they don't know why Hallberg-Rassy is different from other boats, can you tell about these things that came up with the time? So like you have vans, so they are separated, so you can better walk on the deck, and these things. Can you please tell me about these small nuances that are not small, actually. There are several quite important.
Yeah, you mentioned one important thing. We have separated the top shrouds and the lowers, so there is a distance between there. So it's easy to pass by on deck. You can walk on the deck without getting disturbed by the lowers, because the lowers are further in and the top shrouds are further out, so it's a good passage. And on top of that, we have moved all the sheeting tracks to the coach rope, both for the jib, which are moved into the coach rope, so it's more efficient sheeting angle sailing upwind, and it's a clearer deck at the same time. And you also get the main sheet track on the coach rope in front of the cockpit, and that arranges for a clear uncluttered cockpit, and you get a big sturdy cockpit table, and you can also get a big proper bimini over the whole cockpit, which was not possible before when you have the sheet track in the middle of the cockpit.
But this also raises safety.
Yes.
If I think that's
comfort and safety.
Have you thought about the safety is special? Because
course.
I know that there is there's arms getting tangled and legs getting tangled and stuff like that.
That is one side of it, but also the ease of handling. It should be effortless sailing. If it's easy to reef, you reef in time, and you reef out again in time. So that contributes to the fact that you have the right sail area for the wind conditions, and that's also safety and ease of handling. Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask. There was discussion about the inmast furling.
Yeah.
Then I got the comments, and then it developed in afterwards discussions also with the delivery captain that recently visited me. There are different kind of sides, and people look at the same thing differently.
Yeah.
The question is about this inmast furling.
Yeah.
Does it really work if you go downwind?
It works. It's always better to reef an inmost furling sail when sailing upwind and have a little pressure in the sail, but it's possible to reef downwind sailing, in contrast to in boom, which is not possible to reef downwind.
But I think it's Magnus. I have a good idea. I think we have also opportunity and possibility now to go out and test it.
Yes, let's do so.
Let's test it.
Yes.
So then it's settled once for all.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. New things. I think it's worth to mention that now everything is super wide. It feels if I stand up here and I'm gonna cut it, and you're gonna see how I'm standing up here. So it's a space. There's modern concepts about open space and everything. But how about the structural things and hardness? Because I would what I'm looking for in the future about it is comfort. Because I have to say that. Maybe it's not so popular. I'm not the sea wolf that want to freeze all the time also inside, so I want to have cozy, nice and sweet, and have this fantastic escape, and that's what I think the boat is for. The boat has to be for me. And other thing what is important is safety, and the safety is even on top of everything. So I would love to have a really brutal boat. Then I can be sure that if I, let's say, in some marina where some winds are blowing in, and my boat will not change the form from the other boat's pressures or something. So is it hard enough? Can people rely on this stiffness?
Yes, it has happened a lot compared to the previous generation. Previously, the hull stiffer was just below the floorboards. Now the hull stiffener is pulled all the way up to the deck level.
Yeah.
And that makes the whole boat stiffer. And that also contributes to the open feel in the interior. Because those bulkheads between the work table and the saloon and the galley and the saloon can be lowered before you have to have them higher up to help to stiffen up the boat.
Yeah.
That is not necessary anymore because you have the hull stiffener doing the work. And that opens up for the boat. You can have the bulkheads further apart, you can have the bulkheads lower, so it's a more spacious feeling and openness in the boat.
I have worked quite a bit with damages that's related to the if someone hit the ground.
Yeah.
And the keel has issues, and of course you see that in a hull. You see it before a keel and after a keel.
Yeah.
And if there is a harder structures, then I had also a recently discussion with one surveyor, and he's also confirmed the thing that actually the loads move away if the lower part is stiffer, let's say, for even from different materials, like nowadays use some metals and even carbon. But in this case, you definitely have thought about it. If you crash in a whale or container or whatever, what flows submarine, how the of course, you shouldn't do that. Should you avoid? We know that absolutely. But,
always try to avoid it. Good idea.
But what I mean is, how do you think how the impact will spread in this case if you have these side things?
It definitely spreads better out over the boat, and that's also necessary on a modern boat that sails faster. You have more loads. You have to take up those loads. And with a hull stiffener, it spreads out the loads over the whole boat in a much better way. So it is a stiffer boat that is torsionally stiffer and spreads out the loads better than in older versions. Yes.
How it is about the weight? Do you reduce also some thickness of fiberglass, or you maybe add in some situations?
Both.
Yeah.
We have much more knowledge today where the loads are. So that means we can optimize the laminates where it's not so much load, and where we know there is more load, we beef it up even more.
Yeah.
So it's a better use of the technology.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's all taken into account.
Yes.
Good. The other thing is, again, we are going in this condensation thing because this is a problem.
Yeah.
Illuminators, there's no question. Of course, there is a different temperature difference, and that's gonna be so.
Yeah.
That's
well, look here. Now we have, what is it, -3 degrees outside, something like that, and there is no condensation here. We have 21 degrees inside, and where do you see condensation? Nowhere.
Magnus, I can add one thing.
Yeah.
When I came this morning, it is absolutely as you say.
Yeah.
It was -3 or 4 something. It was quite cold, and it's blowing today. It's not super. It's not the hurricane force winds, but it's blowing and it's cold. Ice cold winds.
Yeah. No summer anymore.
This is gone, and even ice is in marine. Yes. But the thing I took with me a pair of 2 warm socks because I was thinking, okay, gonna film the boat and so. And the first surprise that I got, but the floor is not cold.
No.
that was I didn't expect that.
Yeah. And one part of it that is that we offer a carpet, a press stud carpet with rubber backside, and that's convenient to walk on, and it's warm to walk on.
Yeah.
And it's good end slip as well.
It's cozy. It's like
and you get another bonus factor is that when motoring, it reduces the engine noise.
Yeah.
Because the soft floor absorbs much more noise than a non-carpeted floorboard.
Okay, that's.
So it's many benefits with the carpet on board.
No, but it feels good. It feels like in home, and you can forget that outside is I would say not the best weather that it can be. It's for those that you know in Sweden when these winds are coming in. I guess it could be from northern part or eastern part. This is kind of it's called bone winds because they blow through through you. So it reaches your bones, and then you have to warm up for 2 days or something.
Or go inside the interior where it's warm and cozy.
You can make compromises, but not on the level when it's discomfort. And I have been, and I know that for many years I will still be in discomfort. But it is really nice that you know that you can come in and you can get the warm coffee, a cup of coffee, and you will not freeze. So it's important, I think. Is there anything else comfort-wise that you have? This is installed on this boat.
Well, there are lots of things that comfort-wise puts the boat on another level that was only available for the flagship models some years ago. For example, when we talk about the interior, we have 2 fridges and 1 freezer. There was no room for that before, unless you order the flagship model. You have a separate shower with acrylic glass doors, so you can take a shower without making the rest of the heads wet. And there are many things like that. There is room for a retractable TV screen, for example. That increases comfort.
So,
well, this boat doesn't have a TV, but there is room for it. It's possible to make it.
Okay.
Yes, and you have this wonderful forward cabin that is wide and spacious, like on a 45 or 50 footer some years ago.
Yeah.
And that contributes to the high comfort level on the boat.
But it's four-peak cabin.
Yeah.
Is it possible to divide it in a rougher seas?
Yes. We never recommend the forward cabin as a sea berth because of the pitch. The boat moves more there than here in the saloon or in the aft cabin.
Yeah.
But all berths can be fitted with a lee cloth, a canvas cloth that you hang up, and you cannot roll out of the bed or roll back and forth in the bed. And that's valid for all the beds, also the forward cabin in the saloon and in the aft cabin. And if you opt for those armchairs, which is also something new, it's really nice. And it's new for this size of Hallberg-Rassy. You still have a good sea berth on the opposite side where you can put up a lee cloth.
What you do with the upholstery, because it's always... It feels different.
Yeah, it's different.
And it feels that you just swim in. This noise, I have heard it before. This is something that you have to live. Maybe in next model will be gone, man. But the thing is, with these ones, the chairs everywhere you sit, also in a bed, it feels good.
Yes, and it's several things. One is that we use sandwich foam, which means that you have 10 centimeter of harder foam first. Then you have 2 centimeters of softer foam on top of that.
Yeah.
And here, while seated, we have a third layer here that creates a very comfortable seating. But it's not only that. It's also about angles and width and measures that feels comfortable. And it's a lot about know-how, how to do it, and how to find the right angles and the right measurements to make it really, really comfortable.
Yeah, I never felt uncomfortable in your boats, I must say. That is difference. That feels.
Yeah.
And about the comfort thing and these feelings, you can feel something also with your bath, and it's is it teak deck or about the deck material.
Yes.
So there's few options, I guess.
Yeah, you have 3 options. The standard is a white deck with anti-slip, and PU teak in the cockpit, and the cap rail around the boat.
Yeah.
And most people opt for either PU teak also on the walk decks, or real teak, both on the walk decks and the cap rail and the cockpit and the platform. So yeah, there are different options for different tastes.
Yeah. And we today, I have seen that we have also another boat here, which is recently put in the water and is ready for tests, I guess.
Yes.
And they don't look the same at all.
They're
so
quite different. Here we have bright European oak interior. The other boat has African Kaya mahogany interior, which is a bit darker. The other boat has a traditional settee here in the saloon.
Yeah.
And the other boat has the other forward cabin with a full width berth and not the island berth as you have here.
Yeah. But is there a lot of different options that to choose from?
Yes, it is. It's long list to choose from.
Okay, so I think it's definitely interesting. If you want to check out the Hallberg-Rassy, where it's going and what's your probably options in general, but if you go in specs as a buyer, you have to take a time actually to go through with all the stuff that you want or don't want. Because for someone this island bed seems it's a worst nightmare, and the people are.
It's what you value. I mean, with an island bed, it's easier to step in and out. It's easier to make the bedding, and it looks very elegant. On the other hand, with the normal berth, you get a wider berth. You get more storage below the bed, even more. It's already a lot of storage in this version, but it's even more in the wide version. And you get also more vanity space and more locker space after of the bed with the wide bed. So it's pros and cons with both versions. It's no right or wrong. It's more about personal taste, what you prefer.
Yeah, that's absolutely. What's more, there are lots of. We can talk about this anyway. These kind of new things, maybe even if it's not new for this model, but that's let's say relatively new to the market. Let's say like 5 years last 10 years, we can say. And also this push button system, is it also on this size boat?
Yes, of course. And that's also something that we see moving down in the sizes. That was only for the flagship models not so many years ago. And here you have push button operation of electric inmost furling, you have electric outhaul, you have electric jib furling, you have furling for the coat sail, which is either manual or electric. You have bow thruster, you have stern thruster. You have the docking function, so you can push the boat to the dock, even if the wind is blowing in the opposite direction. So all this makes for effortless handling and easy handling.
My hairs go up now because I'm thinking about electricity. Because it consumes a lot.
Yes, that's true.
There should be also some battery package.
Yes, and also there has been a lot of developments with batteries offering more power out of the batteries. You can drain them much lower without damaging the batteries, and it's much easier to recharge the batteries. The modern batteries, they take all charging you can give them, and they don't lose in voltage, which means you have the full thrust on the thrusters and full pull on the electric winches, no matter if the batteries are fully charged or almost empty. You still get full thrust, and that's also important.
And let's take from this really practical point of view. Let's say we take that boat. This boat everything is fully charged, and we don't run engine, so we don't charge. How long it could take? How in a day, let's say, not miles, but how, approximately the range if we push buttons and if we dock all the time with the. Of course, we are like real sailors. Sorry, but I have to finish it. Listen, of course, we say like real sailors without engine from the dock.
Well, it's of course depending on how you use the boat and how much light you use, how much you use the instruments, and if you have a freezer or if you have a dishwasher or things like that. But as I use the boat, I can use a boat of this size for several days without charging. And of course I switch off the instruments when I reach a harbor or at anchor. And I use a lot of light in the interior, but not the whole day. I switch it off when I don't really need it, and in that way you can use the boat for many days without recharging if you have the upgraded battery package.
Yeah, and this comes an upgrade.
Yes, it's an upgrade. You have good batteries as standard, but it's always useful to have an even larger and better battery bank, and of course the consumption should be matched by the battery pack. So if you have more consumers, you should have a bigger battery pack as well. And it's not only about the size of the batteries, the capability to use more cycling of the batteries. It's also about charging. So what we offer is twin alternators on the main engine, so you can charge more.
That's what I want to. There must be also a possibility to charge them.
Yes.
Then there is alternator, generator, and so.
Not a generator on this boat size, but two alternators are available, and you also have a big solar panel available over the whole superstructure. That has 486 watts of power.
Wow.
And it's walkable, and it has anti-slip, and it's divided into zones. So if one zone is chained, the others have no affection. Are not affected by that, because if you would make everything as one zone and you have a shade, you lower the power output of all the others. Not so here, and that's also a big difference.
But about these, I saw when I came on, they are those flexible panels.
Yes, you can walk on them and you can bend it to the shape of the superstructure.
But I heard, this maybe is not the topic of today, but I heard that in the sun, in extreme warm climates, they actually, I think they blow up, man, the bubbles appear or something like this. They glue off the day. But it's not for Hallberg-Rassy boats. This is something they heard in the Caribbean region.
Yeah, of course you should equip your boat to the main using area.
Yeah.
This is a solution for this part of the world. You have also to accept that there are other types of solution for other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So you should always take the equipment for the main use intention of your boat.
Absolutely,
that's always true.
How is about these decks, new days, with this artificial teak in many forms? I think this is like polyester based or something.
No, it's polyurethane.
Polyurethane.
Yeah.
I know the polyurethane paints are really good for boats.
Yes.
And how it's tested?
It's tested, yes.
It's tested with ladies with the high heels.
No. You should not test it, because that will destroy any deck and any boat. So
we tested it.
No.
It works.
Works.
For this paint,
really?
it works.
I
it's not recommended. I guess.
We don't recommend it. No.
But about the warm climate, because that's what I heard about these deck solutions, that there is a problem in a warm climate, but not with all these artificial decks.
I would say there is no difference between a teak deck and a PU teak deck with the same color and the same temperature. One difference is that the PU teak doesn't change color. So a new teak deck is darker, and a teak deck that has been exposed some months for the sun is brighter. And of course a brighter deck absorbs less heat than a dark deck. That's also true. Yeah.
And I see that there are lots of nice details around here.
Yes.
So of course we talk about the main structural issues and things and so, but there are glasses.
Yes.
And
Swedish crystal glasses.
Crystal glasses.
With storm-proof racks, so you can keep them in those racks even when sailing in a storm.
Yes, and this blue button is could be a Hallberg-Rassy stripe paint.
Yes. No, it's a Swedish Orrefors handmade glass. Yes.
Actually, I of course, this is a gift that we in Sweden we often give to others too. These glass products. This is good company, and they produce nice things. It's is there any other new details? Okay. Now I'm looking to all the how you say, the hatches and all this. It feels very good, solid.
Yeah, it's small improvements almost everywhere. For example, these drawers are soft closing.
Oh, nice.
That's new for this side. That's something we always had on the largest flagship models, but now we have it even in this size.
You don't need to scream to the crew then. Like, don't close them. So it happens, these things. So they're very, very good. Really good. Is there any others, some kind this details, design details, or some of those extras that comes because the lamps, those are integrated LEDs.
Yes. And it's not just integrated at the sides, but on the forward side and the aft side, and that gives an impression of a floating ceiling that is disconnected to the boat. It's not, of course it's disconnected, but it looks like it's disconnected to the boat and floats in the air, and it's so nice looking.
Yeah,
it also contributes to the warm and nice feeling inside the boat.
Still, you keep the instruments there, the old ones. The
the traditional clock
so it has to be there.
And hydrometer and temperature meter.
Yeah. And some details like cranes for water. I don't know how that's called correctly, but I think cranes could be. But are they also special, robust, or nice?
It's a more contemporary design, but the function is the same as before.
Is there what's in the focus? Is the practicality? I guess you will say both, but it has to look good.
It has to be practical. It has to look good both at the same time.
But you don't exceed these things. You don't come up with swan style crane or something that there is nothing coming up in Hallberg-Rassy with extremes.
It should be functional.
Mermaid in the front.
Yes. It's good when it looks good, but it also has to work well in reality. Both at the same time.
Absolutely. It's a nice boat.
Thank you.
And it feels good.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk around it, check it out, and we're gonna also take it for a spin a bit shortly. The weather is not perfect, but it's a good thing that we can come in all the time, use the autopilot and stuff like that. Because it's when I think about sailing, there are different sailors, but I think that to reach the destination with a good things waiting, it's a thing, and the best way to get there is by sailing. It's not by flying, it's not by train or car or anything, it's just by sailing. And one of my dreams is just never use anything else, just sails and sailboat as a transportation vehicle. So in this case, you go out here, drive out in the sea, and you decide to go to Copenhagen, let's say. You just set the course and enjoy your cup of tea. That's something that we're gonna do now today.
Yes.
Because it's cold and not so pleasant, but anyway. So you are welcome to check it out how the boat is gonna do on the water. Yeah. Definitely we're gonna take out the sails. I guess so.
Of course.
It has a sailboat. So. Thank you, Magnus.
Thank you.
For this discussion. It's always a pleasure to meet you. It's absolutely it is. The new things I'm learning every day, and of course the structures and things that we can see. It's amazing. Thank you for the good things.
Yeah, you're welcome.